Hello everybody, today we're going to be doing some more Subarashiki Hibi, and I don't know if we're going to be finishing chapter 6 or if we're just going to be making progress towards its end, because obviously now we are going to see probably the most pivotal point with Hasaki. We are going to see what happens in her response to Tsui no Sora. Does she continue to live or does she die like Takuji does? Can she cope with the pain of losing her brother so little that, well, when I say her brother I mean Tomosane. Can she cope with that pain so little that she doesn't want to continue living? That's my question, and I really do wonder. So firstly, before we go here, we've obviously got Ayana giving a whistle-stop tour of Takuji's... oh, the place where all of his madness has gone on. And I just wanted to kind of reinterpret the dialogue because it's really interesting and very ambiguous as well. Okay, let's just... oh my god, yeah. I just find it so weird to think about the fact that this is all prophesized by Kotomi. It's weird. Yeah, that's interesting. Yuki-san, and I think this refers to the real Minakami Yuki here. That's actually really interesting because I suppose that says that... I don't know actually, it's a little bit hard to think about what this is. So I really do wonder, obviously Yuki has been killed, but I don't really understand how that has relevance here. I mean... well, I suppose just committing murder. He wanted to commit murder so much more. And I suppose Hasaki is always thinking that all of the murder is wanting to be committed because of his hatred for Hasaki. This is really, really weird. I mean, I find it funny to think about the fact that Ayana is a being who can't be put into words, and also at the same time, words that would logically describe principles of, well, let's just say logic here. Well, words that would describe logic like this don't equate to science. And I just think that's a funny little connection that you can make. The ways in which Ayana's existence works can't be put into human comprehension or words. Without not sounding completely ridiculous and not making sense whatsoever. Yeah. I find it really weird, this, yeah. Of course, she just casually knows her name. Yeah, it's such an interesting question, just to completely ask the opposite and see what will happen. Yeah. Because, I mean, obviously, you have never experienced talking to somebody who is not human, so it's unknown what you would do in a situation like that. Tsui no Sora. I do find it interesting that Ayana technically leads Hasaki to seeing Tsui no Sora. I really do wonder if she's going to inadvertently lead her to her suicide. Yeah, fell madly in love with. That's interesting. That is really, really weird. So I do wonder when the prophecies were made in relevance to everything that happened. I mean, funnily enough, they happened 7 years ago. I really do wonder if they happened after Takuji had died. Maybe she loved Takuji so much, so she couldn't cope with Takuji not existing. So she finds a way to try and seek beauty in death. And because of the fact that she wants to take her life away from... just simply because of all of the misfortunes that have happened. I mean, I don't blame her. Her son is literally gone. So, Yeah, it's not surprising that she would think like that. Like, I could totally understand if that was the conclusion that, I don't know, Skaggy wanted us to have. The world's critical point. Yeah, that is weird. The most essential point of the world. Yeah, that's odd. If anything, I can't deny that this really feels like, it just feels like a sense of reincarnation in a way. I mean, so obviously Tsui no Sora is implying the sky that causes death. So the soul can repeat what it has done before, simply so that, well, I don't know why the soul would, I mean, okay, there's obviously the Tsui no Sora that exists, but then why would reincarnation happen? What is the point of it, and what does it gain? I really do wonder if we're ever going to learn the true nature of this plot and the true nature of Ayana. Because Ayana really does have a level of perspective similar to us. She has seen, actually, if anything, it's way bigger than us. I mean, she is in every single reality, even the realities in which are dreamt up. It's so weird how it doesn't matter what type of reality it is. If it's something we're reading, Ayana is there. She's in every chapter. Actually, I can't remember if she's in chapter 5 or not, but still, she's in nearly every chapter if she's not in chapter 5. Wait, no, she is. She is. Of course she is. Yeah, but the only thing is, isn't it interesting? The exit to Tsui no Sora is, it's not really something that they can influence, if anything, because, I mean, unless they are going in before with a lot of knowledge, well, like a certain When They Cry title, yeah, they won't be able to, well, they won't be able to prevent it. I mean, if they prevent Zakuro's suicide, they will be able to graduate, and they will be able to, well, I suppose graduate from a world where they were fated to be destroyed by them killing themselves because of Takuji being completely insane. And I'm sorry, but after that scene where they did you know what to Kagami, or Kagami, yeah, I think it's likely to say that he is just fully insane. Yeah, but I find it interesting that she says, where is your now? It's not known where now is and what now is. That's so weird. But I suppose if you're thinking about the fact that Subarashiki could potentially be just a series of reincarnations, then, well, I mean, where is your now? It's so weird. I mean, what is it? No, actually, I think I want to reinterpret this. I mean, where is the time you are going to spend now? But now is where they're standing, surely? Yeah, that's really interesting. So Tsui no Sora causes the souls to be reborn. That's so weird. But then again, I mean, being reborn, it doesn't necessarily state where. Is it on Earth, or is it in death? In another plane of existence? It's hard to tell. Where is your now? Yeah, such a weird question. Yeah. This is such an interesting question. and she can't see what is beyond death. Funny that Ayana doesn't say. Well, then again, I mean, she doesn't know what we don't know. Isn't it funny that, yeah, it's just cyclical and it's endless because you can never get out of the fate of dying because of Takuji's plot. And I suppose that just shows how unlikely and how rare and how ridiculous the Looking Glass Insect's good ending is. What is an armillary sphere? Oh, that's not what I was expecting. It's quite literally so. A model of the celestial globe constructed from rings and hoops representing the equator, the tropics, and other celestial circles, and able to revolve around its axis. So this is quite literally what it is. Looks very, very nice, and oh, it just looks classic. I love the simplicity of it all. I mean, obviously this is not simple whatsoever, but I just love the color scheme. How you have well, it's not just one color, but a color that really, really themes around black, and then that compared with gold. Looks very nice, and it has an odd base as well. I like the background as well. I think the red rug goes very well with it. We used to have a red rug that looks similar to that, actually. Yeah, but that's a very, very interesting analogy. It's very odd though. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, but okay, that does kind of make sense. I mean, okay, in what I find really, really odd, it's as if there is a fate that is just completely endless and cyclical in terms of how it progresses, and it's as if it always loops back to the starting point. But the only thing is, I mean, sure, that explains every single time people have died because of Takuji, but it doesn't actually explain just how Looking Glass Insects was actually possible. But then again, I suppose the events were so unlikely in Looking Glass Insects that, I mean, they had quite literally been, well, it quite literally had the potential to go and escape the armillary sphere. Well, I suppose the Earth that confined them. And that Earth ended on July 20, 2012. Well, July the 19th, but obviously it was perceived to be ending on July the 20th, so obviously Takuji wanted to get everybody to this sky before the world was engulfed in flames and destroyed. And I do find it interesting. I am the gate. The key and the gate. I don't really understand much of what Ayana is saying. I just think it's delusional drivel at the moment, so obviously I've got to understand it because I don't want to think that about the dialogue. But it's as if Ayana is the thing that... But what is she the gate to? What? The gate to the completion of the world? And if you somehow... Oh shit, wait, hang on a second. Ayana is a manifestation of what is known by a person. For example, with Zakuro, I remember Ayana conveying what she knew. The fact that when, you know, what had happened to her with Tsubasa and Numada, well, after she was seeing all of the delusions, Ayana said to her that she was going on a bad path. I mean, she was trying horribly and failing horribly, but she was still trying to help her. And it's funny that Ayana always says everything we know, so she subconsciously knew that she was making a mistake by accepting Usami and Ayumi's charms, if you like. And Yeah, so I suppose knowledge, and just for Zakudor, knowledge of the fact that what she is doing is a bad idea, and well, no, I suppose the knowledge, well, knowledge is required from Zakudor, and obviously, well, no, yeah, I suppose you could think, if Zakudor has the certain knowledge of going with Kimika, and Kimika telling her how to fight against these arseholes, all of this can be prevented. So I suppose knowledge is the key to unlocking the world that has no Tsui no Sora. And I think it's knowledge because Ayana is just kind of a representation of everything that people know. Everything that people know, you know what I mean? And I suppose a lot of the things, like for example, who Ayana is just things that have been known and yet forgotten. Like the dialectical stages of thinking. What is the primal chaos? It's mentioned in capital, so I'm assuming it could be something of significance. Dude, fuck off! Right, what is primal chaos? I'm not looking at AI overview. Oh, right. Oh, okay. It's not. It is just... Oh, wait. The infinity of space or formless matter supposed to have preceded the creation of the universe. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, so the creation of the universe is just as if she is the thing that is outside of that. She was the outer product of the creation of the universe. And I suppose that kind of makes sense when you think about the armillary sphere and how she contemplates whether it is possible for Hasaki to reach the outside. It's interesting. Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, this is weird. No one has given it shape. Yeah, anyone? Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I do find it interesting that she's talking about the fact that nobody has given it shape. Nobody is knowing what a true wonderful everyday looks like. But at the same time, I mean, they are trying so hard to achieve that which they can never perceive, because all of this is wrong. They are trying to do this in pursuit of reaching a Subarashiki Hibi. But the only thing is, I mean, using delusions to explain reality and obviously give a distortion of reality and to escape reality, it's not a good idea. It really isn't, because it will not achieve a wonderful everyday. It will always lead to decline. Okay, maybe not always, but nearly always. Let's just say. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it is interesting. I mean, this is just it's simple. It's simple. Does Zakudor suicide? Yes, no. If she doesn't suicide, Subarashiki Hibi. If she does suicide, well, derangement. It's my own invention. Oh my god, I love the name It's My Own Invention. I really do. I really, really do. What the fuck is subspecies aeternitatis? Aeternitatis meaning? Oh, right, so it's a Latin word that means eternity. under the aspect of eternity. Right. An honorific expression denoting what is considered to be universally and eternally true, without any reference or dependence upon temporal facets of reality. From the perspective of the eternal. It is commonly used to refer to an objective or theoretically possible alternative point of view. Right. That is interesting. Interesting the fact that the wonderful everyday is the world that is objective, and that's actually really unusual. Oh, I get why. Maybe because wonderful everyday is the world in which delusions don't win over everything, so it's more objective rather than delusion based, and obviously Takuji will learn to master his delusions over time. Maybe he will even remember who he is and who Hasaki and Kagami are. Yeah, exactly. Yep, because you can't die there. Well, you can, but you can't die quickly. You can't die on the 19th, it will take more time. Well, to be fair, actually, I'm sure there are lots of murder weapons and drugs as well. You could overdose, and then you could die like that. So you could actually die on the 19th, but you wouldn't die with the delusional prospect of reaching Tsui no Sora. I do find it interesting that Ayana is like a being that it doesn't even matter whether she has a form or not. The only thing that's important is the message that she communicates. Yeah, and I do find it really interesting that I suppose this road is much larger because the road in which Hasaki had climbed on that hill, it was one that was always only possible, well, I suppose within death. Death is a concept that nobody knows about and nobody can accurately put into words, so it's not a product of this world, maybe. So you could think that hills, getting up a hill because it's a product of this world, it can never ever reach death. But the only thing is, I mean, you're going from a state of reality which is known by everybody. To be fair, its essence can't be put into words. But at the same time, I mean, you die and then you can be transported to a realm in which no human being knows about accurately. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you could have very strong beliefs, but there's no way of fully testing those beliefs about Tsui no Sora. No, not about Tsui no Sora, about what comes after death, I suppose. Yeah, but that does make sense. Reaches to the limit of the world. Well, no, the limit of the world is just a portal to heaven, if anything. If outside of the oh my god, I'm getting artillery sphere. Wait, no, what was it called again? I forgot. Oh, something. Artillery sphere, not artillery sphere. Yeah, that's yeah, the artillery sphere. If outside of the artillery sphere is Looking Glass, the world that happened in Looking Glass Insect's alternative ending, what is heaven and where is heaven and hell? Then again, they're products of human beings' imagination, so are they products of the earth? I mean, I suppose they could be, but where would they be if they're not outside of the universe? Well, then again, it only represents the solar system. I don't really know. It's a bit tricky. be the road to death. Yeah, isn't that funny? Like a distortion of reality. The endless seems like it has an end. 2 points meet. It's time. What the fuck? It looks like you want to stay in this time forever, Hasaki. I will go ahead, even in this world of endless rebirth. What? This is totally different to anything we've seen. My soul will come to reside in another body. Nisan's body floated up into the air. I silently flew after him. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, to be honest, I mean, let's be honest, she has had such a ridiculously awful life, and like what she said when, I mean, not only had Tomo Nisan been taken from her, but her doll had just the embodiment of Tomo Nisan, and the part of him that had completely made up half of her soul, it had just completely been defiled and destroyed and mocked. It was just as if her entire existence and reason for living had been completely trampled on. And also it doesn't help that obviously she was thinking that she was the cause of she was the cause of all of the trauma that caused Takuji to die, Minakami Yuki to die, and also Takuji to become a person with DID. And secondary structural dissociation as well. This is so unusual though. The fact that Takuji actually remembers Hasaki at the end. I don't really know if this is the dialogue that is truly being said. I think it's perceived by Hasaki, if I'm going to be honest. It just makes too little sense for Takuji to be able to name Hasaki. And if anything, what I find really weird as well is the fact that with Takuji suiciding, we've never seen any of it before. We've never seen this conversation before. So I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if this was perceived by her. Just because of how much grief she has. Oh, now I understand. This must be how Yuki-san felt. There was no logic involved. Yeah, like for example, how he knows about Hasaki. The only thing that mattered was the fact that someone I loved was about to plunge into the sky. Yeah, and I find it interesting that even though Tomo Nisan's personality has completely been defeated and it is completely gone, that's still the thing that's occurring. The only thing that mattered was that someone I loved was about to plunge into the sky. I tried to grab onto him. I tried to... That was really not how I was expecting the chapter to end. Oh, so we've got... What's happening now? Are we going to see a CG? Oh my god, everything's red. Isn't that odd? Looks like this is the end of the chapter. Yeah, isn't it funny that it totally ends in the most dark way possible? Yeah. So I'm really curious. By the way, 5 people did the art. That's really impressive. Oh my god, look at the red sky as well. It's just very reflective of blood. By the way, I really want to see if Takuji's... I want to get the name of Takuji's voice actor. I'm just curious. Because I had the question last time. Is Takuji's voice actor male or female? So I really want to know. I'm just kind of curious. God damn, that was a very interesting end. And I'm going to be honest, I was just genuinely surprised at how fast it ended. They probably suicided right at the same time. And Hasaki, she tried to even suicide with the person that she loved. Just so that... Or just with the brother that she loved. Just so that she could... Oh, she could be with him until the end, really. Even though his soul has completely left his body. Let's see. Right, here we go. Sayama Shin. Right. Oh wait, so she has an actual name that's different to... Wait, what? Oh no, wait. Wait, hang on a second, what? Wait, I've got to see something. Please tell me this is the case, because that'd actually be really cool. I can't find Wonderful Everyday. Wait. I searched it and it said that this person was... I don't know why I'm still searching for it, even though Control F did nothing, but... No, I genuinely can't find her. Oh, Takuji voice actor. No voice actors have been added to this character. What? Huh? Wait, so let me just see if I can... What? I'm so confused. Oh god, I love the red ending though. I'll research that in a second. Right, yeah, let me actually find this out because I'm curious. Okay, I really never expected this, but she's actually voiced someone in Higurashi. Okay, hang on, tab nightmares, but oh my fucking god. Yeah, but look at this. So what I was really surprised about, the first of this person is female. Takuji's voice actor is female. But this as well. She's voiced a character in Higurashi. This has got to be the first visual novel voice actor where I've heard her in multiple visual novels. Actually, no, that's false. There are some Higurashi voice actors that I heard in Umineko. Wow, that's actually really surprising. That's quite cool. Any other things I've heard of? Weird. Yuki, what a coincidence. Yeah, nah, I've never heard of anything else she's done a VA in. That's really quite cool. Anyway, that was a really, really good... I like Chapter 6. I think that was quite interesting. If I'm going to be honest, I feel like they could have done a little bit more with the story. I mean, obviously, there were a lot of times where there was a lot of repetitive content. Not really my favourite part. Some parts, viewing it from Hasaki's perspective, wasn't really the most valuable. Others, it really was. But I think overall it's a pretty good chapter. What I find interesting about this chapter is the fact that just seeing Hasaki's perspectives and seeing the reveal of a lot of these events and just the extent of how delusional and awful they are. That was really good. I really like that. And just seeing Hasaki and Kimura's relationship as well, I think that was cool. And I just think it was funny that Kimura, he was just a curious investigator, but then he really, really saw just how vulnerable the people he was investigating were, and he thought he could make a difference, and he did. And I just think it was really nice to see that change. Oh, that took longer than I thought. Right, so Jabberwocky II. So we've still got 2 fragments. Is it me, or this looks just that little bit more dark than how it looked before? I don't know. But anyway, this is really quite something. We're going to be beginning the last chapter, and we've also got these 3 little fragments here that we're probably going to find out after this chapter, I'd assume. I don't know what's going to happen in chapter 7, but fucking hell, I'm really excited for it, because this is going to be the last chapter of the visual novel, and yeah, if I'm going to be honest, it just feels really weird that we're at this point. God. So, isn't it interesting that Kagami is the one that's highlighted here? Right. First meeting. A summer day. This looks like a kid's diary. No way. Speaking of Higurashi, is that the cicadas I hear? It is. A summer day. I walked along the side of the road. The rays of a summer sun pierced me. What I find quite surprising is that we haven't really got any analogy or metaphorical value in anything like we did with Which Dreamed It. The rays of a summer sun pierced me. A blue sky stretched overhead. Great white clouds dotted the sky. I like that analogy. The trees were full of green. I walked through just such a scene. Oh yeah, that must be nice. Every time the wind blew, I smelled the wild grass. The babbling of a brook. The smell of earth under our feet. Our feet. Oh, okay, so this is somebody in Mamiya family. Well, somebody who has been conceived by Mamiya XYZ and Kotomi. My father was born in this town. Oh, it was called Sawaimura. Right, I see. Though, to be honest, I couldn't tell you where it was located in Japan. Both the summers and winters, though, were colder than those in Tokyo. Interesting. Oh boy. As a young boy, that was all I understood about this place. So, is this Takuji or? Oh shit. Wow, this is going. I mean, just look at how new all of this is from the scenery. God, it just looks like a properly. Oh, I don't really know. It's kind of hard to tell. There's massive, massive fields. I really do wonder. It doesn't really look like a particularly agricultural region. I don't know, but anyway, it looks properly rural, and my god, it's such a beautiful and unusual place. It almost looks mesmerizing in a way. But my god, I'm just impressed with how rural this is. I really am. Sawaimura is basically the Hinamizawa of Subarashiki Hibi, seriously. Wow, this looks amazing. It really does. I love that you have the mountains in the left as well. Dude, I was thinking right, and I was going to say right, and yes, I said left. Sorry. In the right, yeah. Oh, I love the trees as well. It looks very nice. I checked the time. Oh, I see. Yeah, I do find it interesting because I always thought that they had moved out of Sawaimura when everything had happened relating to the accident 7 years ago, but no. It looks like they've been in the city and they've not frequently come to this town. People in this village don't seem to pay attention to the time like we do in the city, so I had to bring an alarm clock from home. Oh, I see. Oh. Maybe Hasaki is slowly becoming one of those people. It was already long past the time we promised to meet. The alarm I had set already rang a long time ago. It was probably pointless setting an alarm in the first place. Yeah, no, I see that, because obviously it's just going to add your levels of stress. It's just, well, you're not going to know when the other person is going to get there. They said they were coming at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Jeez. They? Hasaki was coming to Sawaimura. Oh, God. To get away from that damn witch. Especially now that our father was being hospitalized. Fucking hell. I mean, you can really see just... I mean, obviously this is a normal part of... Well, this is where Tomosane is actually normal. Yeah, but God, look at that hatred he has towards his mother. God. Well, he's probably maybe 11, 12 here, and yet he's having thoughts like this. That's horrible. Is that Master? You shouldn't say that. Whoa! Oh. Oh my God, that was definitely not who I was expecting. Wow, so this is their dad. Why are they... I mean, firstly, why is it the case that he is not living with all of these people? Well, then again, I mean, Totomi is a properly awful and evil person, and she knows how to manipulate things. I mean, okay, she literally stopped this guy's DIG treatment. But, yeah, she probably just said, if you don't let me take the kids, I will rain hell upon you, and I will use all my political power. I'm just assuming she has political power. It just sounds like something someone with political power would do, I don't know. But yeah, I'll just rain all my power on you to make your life miserable if you don't do this. Maybe that's why, I don't know. Huh? Dad? Hiro. Oh. What a weird name. I wonder how that's spelled in katakana. Dude. Sorry, I meant to say kanji. I don't know why I said katakana. Yeah, obviously, Hiro, and then the dash that looks like ichi for lengthening the O sound. Tomosane-kun, how have you been? Which tree did you pop out from? Sorry, it takes a long time to walk from the bus station. Yeah, so when he said they, it was obviously referring to the father, by the way. Yeah, interesting that Takuji isn't here. Huh? Oh my God, Hasaki's there. Someone jumped in surprise and then hid behind Dad's leg. Oh, sweet. She was very small, but even she couldn't completely hide herself behind him. Jeez, are you hiding again? Son. Come on, Hasaki-san, it's okay.
何隠れてるんだよ、ハサキ。俺のことを忘れたのか？たかだか3年
God,
ぐらい
odd
で。
that they were separated. Come on, why are you hiding? Did you forget me already? It's only been 3 years.
そう言うなよ。友実君が東京にいた頃はまだ葉崎さんは小さいんだから。
Don't say that. Hasaki was still little when you were in Tokyo.
ってことは俺のこと覚えてないの？
So she doesn't remember me?
まあわりかしそうなんじゃないかな。
Well, maybe she doesn't. Oh god, she's so shy. God, this is the beginning of it. Are you my brother?
あ、そうだよ。友実だよ。お前の兄。
Yeah, that's right. I'm Tomosane, your brother. Oh god, she's
なん
properly
でそ
scared.
こで隠れるんだよ。
Why are you hiding again?
おいおい、ダメだよ。そんな大きな声出しては。葉崎さんは兄さんが怖いんだからさ。
No, I don't blame her. Come on now, don't yell at her. She's scared of you.
怖い兄って、それって拓司だろ。
Takuji is the scary one, not me.
うん。まあ、そうだけど。
Well, you might be right about that. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
拓司は相変わらずなのかよ。
Is Takuji the same as ever?
まあ、そうだね。
I guess so. It sounds like they're separated.
まだ葉崎虐待とかしてんのか？
What the fuck? Are they still abusing Hasaki?
いや、虐待ってことはないんだけどね。
No, there's no abuse, but
虐待だろ。あの母親といい。とっとと葉崎をこっちに連れてくればよかったんだよ。
it is abuse, that stupid witch. You should just let Hasaki live here.
君は本当にお母さんが嫌いなんだね。
But, I mean, why are you not being concerned about the fact that he is quite literally claiming that this is abuse? What? It seems so loving until you realise stuff like this, and then it just gets blatantly confusing. You really don't like your mum, huh?
当たり前だろ。父さんや俺を裏切ったんだ。俺はあいつを許さない。
Of course not. She betrayed us. I'll never forgive her.
いや、それは父さんが不甲斐ないからね。まあ、恨むんなら父さんを恨んでくれよ。
I'm sorry to hear that. You should be mad at me, not your mother.
なんで父さんはすぐそうなるんだよ。
Why do you always say that?
拓司といい、あの女といい。なんで殴らないんだよ。
Why don't you just give that stupid Takuji a good slap in the face? God, so Takuji sounds like a person who was a real asshole. Or that woman.
いや、暴力はいかんだろう。
Violence isn't the answer here. It's, and if anything, when violence is used, everything goes and it falls.
でも、拓司は葉崎に暴力振るうんだろ。
God, but Takuji is using violence against Hasaki, isn't he?
うん。注意はしているんだけどね。
Well, I'm watching out for that.
たく、あの女が怖いんだろ。
Jeez, you're scared of that woman, aren't you?
友実君、お母さんのことをあの女呼ばわりするなんて良くないよ。
I mean, sure, you're being a loving father and saying just to have more respect for your parents, but at the same time, shouldn't you try to do something about this if this is what's happening? But then again, I mean, this is the tricky thing. He might be way too scared of Kotomi to be able to approach her.
俺はあの女を母親なんて認めてない。だいたい何度も言うが、先に俺たちを裏切ったのはあいつだ。
She's not my mother. I've told you before. She was the first one to betray us. What, maybe that's the case that she was the first one to enforce the act of these people, well, all of these people living separately and...
うん。友実君がそう言いたい気持ちもわかるが。
Yeah, I understand your feelings, but...
父さんがあの女と別れないから、俺はこの村にいるんだよ。
God, that's weird. I'm stuck out here because you won't break up with that woman.
すまんな。
God.
たく、なんでそこで謝るんだよ。謝るぐらいなら別れてくれよ。
Yeah, that's the tricky thing. Jeez, why are you apologizing? Why don't you just break up with her?
あの女は拓司さえいればいいんだろ
She has Takuji. Isn't that enough for her?
そんなことないよ。彼女は友実君のことも、もちろん葉崎さんのことだって愛してるよ。
It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell whether this abuse is genuine and she's a horrible parent, or, I mean, obviously because of Takuji's lack of love, or maybe it's just because she's really pushing Takuji and he's just interpreting it as something that's way worse than it actually is. God, this is so horrible. I mean, he must be through a properly rough deal. He really must be. It's very uncomfortable just hearing people that are this young having problems that are like this, really. It's not true. Your mother loves you and Hasaki too.
そんなわけないだろ
Yeah, that's impossible. It must be properly tricky because this is everything that happens.
ほら、そんなに声を荒げると、葉崎さんが怯えるよ。
Come on, don't yell. You're scaring Hasaki-san.
知らねえよ
God. Like I care. Oh, God. Yeah, she
じゃ
is.
ねえよ
What does how even mean? Oh, Jesus. He should really
煮え
stop.
切らない態度だな
Dude, she's a tiny kid. Don't force her to...
おいおい、
God, he really,
そん
really
な
is
怖がらせるな
nasty.
よ。
Stop it, you're scaring her. It's just taking all of his stress out on everyone.
父さん、明日には帰らなきゃいけないんだからさ。
I have to head back to the city tomorrow.
明日そんなに早いのか
Tomorrow? That soon?
明日から入院することになったんだよ。
I'm going to be in the hospital for a while, starting tomorrow. What?
明日入院って
Why?
もっと
God, has he
後か
got
と
a
思っ
really
てた
bad illness?
そんなに早いんだ
But then again, I mean, it would make sense because the father did die. God.
ああ、でも検査入院だから
Oh,
大したことはないよ。
shit.
数日で退院するからさ。
Yeah, I mean, you'll be out, but what will those tests show? Don't worry, they just want to do some tests. Oh, I should be out in a few days. Of
当
what?
たり前だこれで父さんに何かあったら
Oh
やめ
god,
てよどう
that's
す
an
るんだよ
ironic statement.
とっとと体直してくれよ
Of course you will. What would our family do without you? Hurry up and get better.
友実君らしい言い方だね。
I knew you would say that.
ああすまないね素直な息子じゃなくてさ
Well, I'm glad it doesn't disappoint you then. God.
お父さん早く帰ってきてね
No, please come back soon.
ああ、大丈夫だよ。
じゃないとこの怖いお兄さんに
Oh god, he's really scary, so if you don't...
って俺かよ
Well, of course, yeah. You're being horrible.
そうみたいだね。
Sure sounds
俺
like it.
怖くないだろ
Well, I mean, sure, you're not to Hiro, but definitely are to Hasaki. Yeah, because she can't even look at you.
ハウじゃない
Don't keep making that sound.
ったくこんな弱々しいやつが俺の妹なんて
Dude, you're ridiculous. You are an actual arsehole. Yeah, and I just find it funny that he's an arsehole and yet at the same time he's related to Kotomi and has been brought up by Kotomi and completely hates Kotomi. I mean, there's a proper connection there. Jeez, I can't believe this wimp is actually related to me.
いや、葉崎さんは女の子なんだから、それでいいじゃないか。
Hasaki is a girl. She's not tough like you boys are.
いや妹も強い方がいい
Yeah, fair enough, but girls should be tough too.
なんでそうなるんだか。女の子なんだから。
Why do you think that? She's a girl, you know?
ユキ姉とかすんげえ強いよ
Yukine is super strong though.
雪ね。誰だいそれは。
Yukine? Who's that?
道場の師範代のユキ姉だよ。あの暴力女。
Yukine, the assistant here at the dojo. That violent woman.
道場の師範代って
Yeah.
水上さん。ああ、そうか、水上さんところのユキさんか。あの子は確かに昔から勝ち気だったね。
Here at the dojo. Minakami-san. I mean old Minakami-san's got old Minakami-san. I love it. She's always been a strong girl.
そうだよ。ユキ姉とか道場でも勝てるやつ少ねえもん。だからさ、女だから弱いとか父さん古いんだよ。だいたいあんたの嫁だってあんたより強いだろう。
God, he has a really good point. Yeah, just why stereotyping somebody is not very accurate sometimes. Yeah, her. There aren't very many people at the dojo who can beat her. It's not like girls have to be weak. Yeah, I mean, but the only thing is it doesn't necessarily mean they have to be strong either. They can have a choice in whether they're weak or strong. You're really behind the times, you know? I mean, look at your wife. She's stronger than you are.
そうだけど。
Oh God, that must be embarrassing. Oh, that's true.
だからハサキ。
So, Hasaki. Oh.
会うじゃねえ。はいだ。
Don't say, oh, say yes, sir. God, this is really
どっ
awkward.
ちだよ。それ。
He's really trying to toughen. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, which one was that? She's really trying to toughen.
こっちで強くなるんだぞ。
You'll get stronger living here.
強く。
Stronger?
ああ、そうだ。強くだ。
Yeah, a lot stronger.
そんなことしなくても。
She doesn't need to get stronger.
ダメだろう、それじゃあ。だいたい拓司にいじめられてるんだ
Yeah,
ろ。
that's reasonable. Yeah, don't let Takuji come here. Yes, she does. Takuji's still bullying her, isn't he?
だからって暴力で。
But she shouldn't use violence.
父さんがそんなんだからダメなんだよ。たく。
Jeez, that's why he keeps doing it. Because she doesn't use violence and
拓司
she's
強くなった
defenseless, I'd
か
assume.
ハサキ。
Did Takuji get any stronger, Hasaki?
昔あいつ生意気だったからしょっちゅう喧嘩してたんだけど、あれから少しは強くなったのか。
God. It really, I just find it interesting. I mean, it's ironic that these people they have a very rich history with martial arts, and yet at the same time they are so violent themselves. I mean, it sounds properly awful. Takuji sounds like a proper asshole. He really does, and obviously, as a result of that, there was a lot of conflict within the family, and also because of Kotomi and the fact that these people are not together. And the fact that he hasn't seen his twin sister for 3 years as well. He was always a mouthy kid, so I used to fight him sometimes. Is he stronger than he used to be?
いや、喧嘩っていうか、
Yeah.
一方的だ
Yeah,
っただろう。
exactly. Well, it's not like Takuji is Hasaki is hitting back. It's just Takuji doing it.
そうそう。そしたらその度にあのバカ女が俺を殴るんだよ。
Jesus
なんで子供
Christ.
の喧嘩に親が出てくるんだよ。
Yeah, and every time we fought, that dumb witch would hit me. God. Why is it any of her business what we do?
それ止めてるんだろう、お母さんは。
We don't need to hit him. It's ridiculous.
止めてないよ。いつでも拓司の味方ばかりだった。あのクソ女は。
Damn.
まあ、最終的にはあのバカ女も殴ってやったけどな。
So you hit your mother who is even stronger than your dad. That doesn't sound like something that's going to go down correctly. No, she wasn't. She always takes Takuji's side. That's why I had to hit her too.
君がそんなだから、この村に預けられたんだろうが。
God, and that's why we had to send you out here, you know?
たく、その年齢で家庭内暴力なんて、君は。
Jeez, domestic violence at your
何
age.
度も言う。あの女を俺は親だとは認めない。本当はそんな女を許してしまっている父さんだって許せない。
Like I said, that woman is not my mother. Yeah, God, I really do wonder. And I can't believe you forgave her for what she did.
友実君。
They have a very complicated relationship, and yet at the same time, he still makes a decision to be with her. That's weird.
でも俺には父さんを憎むことなんてできないよ。だからとりあえず入院先でよく休んでよ。
I just find it funny to think about the fact that we've begun the chapter at a real point in which everything is going to change, i.e. when the dad goes to the hospital and probably realises that there was something very wrong with him. But I suppose also we're going to see the beginning of Takuji's relationship with Hasaki, and I just find it Tomosane. And I find it interesting that Tomosane is the person who has tried to toughen Hasaki up. So obviously when Tomosane has become very, very weak, just because of the fact that he's been split into multiple souls. Because of that fact that Hasaki kind of has to do the reverse role with help from Yuki to toughen Tomosane up.
ありがとう。
Thanks.
とりあえず葉崎も夏休み中だけじゃなくてずっとこっちにいればいいんだよ。
Yeah, it is interesting that. I mean, God, Tomosane and Takuji fight so much that he has had to be sent here, and obviously hitting his mother as well. That's not very good. Just not very good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can definitely see why Tomosane would want Hasaki to come here and make it so that Kotomi is just with Takuji, the only kid out of the three that she seems to love, and just completely make everybody go away. I don't get why she loves Takuji so much more than any of the other ones. It doesn't make sense. Why does she even have 3 kids if she only loved 1? I wonder who's the oldest, Takuji or Tomosane. Huh?
こっちにはあの女もタクジもいないんだからさ。平和なもんだぞ。
Takuji and that woman aren't here, so it's a lot more peaceful. Yeah, if I'm going to be honest, it's sometimes hard to tell whether this is just a young kid being annoyed about, I don't know, maybe not being able to get his way and just completely tearing apart the world so that he can just be angry at the fact that he hasn't got his way, or there is genuine abuse going on. But I think there is more on the line. I think it's more on the lines of something awful that has genuinely happened. I think there's a lot that's more than just somebody who's a victim of a bad situation as a young kid, really. I mean, I don't know what happened with Kotomi and Hiro, but yeah, it feels like something that was very, very bad. Something that can't be forgiven. Or something that Takuji was very surprised at the fact that it had been forgiven.
でもここお父さんいない。
But I want to be with Dad.
それも時間の問題だよ。父さんも葉崎がこっちに来れば諦めてこの村に帰ってくるだろ。
That's just a matter of time. Oh, right, that's interesting. So I really do wonder what relationships to Takuji old Minakami-san has. Or Toshiro has. That's just a matter of time. If you were here, I'm sure he would give up and come live with us.
そうなのお父さん。
Huh? Was you, Dad?
って何を君は勝手な話してるんだよ。
I love that. I guess everything's just going to be decided, and you have no say, you have no power, no
だけ
nothing.
ど葉崎。
Anyway, Hasaki. Yes? God, she seems terrified. I feel bad for her.
タクジとかいじめてるんだろお前のこと。
Takuji is bullying you, isn't he? God.
葉崎のせいで
What?
タクジ兄さんは救世主として中途半端になっちゃったから。
Dude, she's like 6 and yeah. Well, no, they're the same age, but still. It's my fault Takuji Nisan is still an inadequate saviour. I just don't understand why something like this is happening when they are so young.
父さん、この考え方正させろよ。
Don't let her think like that.
僕も言ってるんだけどね。そんなことないって。
Isn't it interesting that she's always had a perception that this is all her fault? That's weird. I already told her that's not true.
でも拓司とあの女はまだそんなこと言ってるのか。たく。
But Takuji and that woman are still saying that. Unbelievable. They're out of their mind. They really are.
お母さんにも
Yeah,
何
funny
度も言
that.
ってるんだけどね。
Yeah, I told her to stop, but she won't listen.
あの女は父さんの言うこと
She
を聞かない
sounds
だろ。
seriously violent and
そんな性
self-centered
格
and
ならあんな
delusional.
ことしないって。
Sounds like a horrible woman, if I'm gonna be honest. She won't listen to anything you say, Dan. That's just how she is.
まあいいや。葉崎。
Well, whatever. Hasaki. What?
お前愛も変わらず拓司にいじめられてるんだろ。
You're still getting bullied by Takuji, right? Yeah.
叩かれたりつねられたりしてるんだろ。
He pinches you and hits you and stuff, right? God, that's
ってことは
horrible.
お前は痛めつけられる側の気持ちはよくわかるってことだな。
Then you should know exactly what it feels like when someone hurts you. Yeah, totally.
そうかな。
I guess.
だったら逆も理解すべきだ。
Then you should understand the opposite too.
逆
The opposite?
そうだ。殴られてばかりじゃわからないことばかりだぞ。
Yeah, I
殴っ
like
てこそわかる
that.
世界もあるんだ。
Of course. If you only get hit, then you'll never understand the world. Yeah, no. That's interesting. You can only understand it by getting hit and then hitting back. Yeah, but then again, I kind of see that. I mean, you can't be crushed by anything in life. You've got to fight back for yourself. I mean, it doesn't just apply to violence. But the only thing is, obviously, you might understand life, but you might also have a lot of consequences as a result of that. It's an unhealthy mindset, but it makes sense when you have such a horrible brother.
殴ってこそ
Hitting back?
変なこと教えるなよ、友実くん。
Well, this is the worst thing. What's better? Her getting completely hurt by a psycho brother, or... Well, I'm just assuming that. Well, by her really bad brother, or this. Tomosane-kun, don't teach her weird stuff like that.
男は殴って殴られてそしてお互いを理解していくんだよ。
But he hates Takuji. Boys hit and get hit by each other. But that just helps them understand each other. Exactly.
女の子
Yeah, but I'm a girl.
女の子でもそうなんだぞ、葉崎。
But it's the same for girls, Hasaki.
そんなのダメ。女の子なんだから。
Don't say that. God, he's really stuck back. Don't say that. She's a girl.
だからそういう草食系おっさんの甘い考えダメなの。
Yeah, fair enough. You're being too naive, you stupid old man.
こ
God.
っちで俺が拓司と1万回戦って1万回勝つ方法を教えてやろう。
I teach Hasaki how I beat Takuji every single time we fought.
もう君は
Jeez, what are you talking about? That was actually really interesting just to think about the fact that the reason these people were able to bond and was because, I mean, Tomosane knows what it's like to be bullied by Takuji, so as a result of that, well, he just saw vulnerability and he wanted to act. And Tomosane seems like a total dick at the first part of the chapter. He really does. I mean, what's a good example? Yeah, I really do wonder what Hiro has done. Yeah, you're scared of the woman, so you're too. So because of the fact that you're too scared of Kotomi, you don't want to hit Takuji. God, this is unbelievable. Higurashi moment. So I suppose what I'm assuming in Tokyo, that's where wait, hang on. So obviously Takuji's been sent away to live in Sawaimura just simply. Sorry, Tomosane has been sent here. Oh my god. I can't just use those two names interchangeably. They actually matter now. They are plot relevant. They are different and they're plot relevant. The differences are plot relevant. I mean, obviously, they could be branched under the same person because they inhabit the same body, Tomosane and Takuji, beforehand, but now they can't in this past of everything, really. The past of the world that orchestrates the decline. So I'm assuming what's happened is Takuji, fucking hell, I'm so used to saying it. Sorry, Tomosane, because of the fact that he has been so violent to Takuji and he really, really hasn't gone on. And I mean, domestic violence that is so bad that he's quite literally hitting his mother. Well, I mean, if anything, I think that's more a reflection on how Kotomi has acted as a parent rather than Takuji himself. But, I mean, then again, he can't control himself. So, instead of dealing with him and helping him, you just completely send him away and don't really respond to the issue at all. But I suppose you can't really respond to an issue like this just because it's so difficult to do so because of how distant these people are from each other. Yes, obviously he's in Sawaimura, and then Hasaki's lot, they all live in Tokyo, and Kotomi and Takuji are in Tokyo. These people were just seeing Takuji here, but then again, I just don't understand who Takuji lives with, because, well, no, wait, I'm getting so confused. Wait, no, let me just fully check. Oh, okay, so that's why I was getting a bit confused. So I think all of them live in the same house. Obviously, they're just going to the father's hometown. But then they sent everybody out just simply... Well, they just sent these two out just simply because of how awful the situations with Takuji and not only Tomosane, but also Takuji and Hasaki, how bad they were getting. So I just wanted to totally make it so that these people were away from what was bad in their life. Yeah, that makes sense. I just don't really get why Takuji is so young and yet he was only on his own and just there. He doesn't seem nearly responsible enough to be on his own. So I really do wonder if this dad is a good parent or not. And I mean, he clearly doesn't approve of Kyuseishu related stuff. I just really wonder what it is that is not causing a divorce to happen. But then again, I mean, I do remember a scandal about a divorce that was going on. So I do wonder where that connects. And if it connects, actually. But, yeah, there was... I remember... Well, Hasaki being very defensive about a divorce. And whether it happened or not. I do find it interesting that this is the origin of Hasaki's martial arts skill. Yeah, it seems like a very difficult issue as parents. And especially because the mother clearly favours Takuji. Well, then again, I mean, maybe that could be biased for Tomosane, but it's kind of hard because it feels like Takuji's hitting Tomosane, he's hitting back, and then he's the one who's being blamed, even though Takuji is the one who's caused it. I mean, surely as a parent you should consider both the fact that somebody caused it and the fact that somebody, well, provoked it. So it's both of their faults. God, yeah. God, I just find it horrible just how much Tomosane hates his mum, really. I wonder if we're going to see any lines from her. Yeah, that is interesting. Maybe being a savior refers to saving Kotomi somehow. Saving her from her mental delusions, I don't know. She doesn't seem that she's right in the head. I don't get why such a nice man, i.e. Hiro, had kids and obviously got together with Kotomi. It just seems like a completely opposite mix. They seem like two ends of the spectrum, really. This must be so sad for the father to hear. Just the fact that they are being able to develop their relationship and they are being able to get to know each other, but the only reason they are getting to know each other is the fact that, well, it's just because of how abusive Takuji is. So I just really wonder about Takuji's family situation, because I mean he's been quite literally forcibly taken away from his family just because of how much him and Tomosane would fight, and now he's encouraging Hasaki basically to do the same on a summer day. Yeah, Hasaki and I were reunited after several years apart. Even though Hasaki doesn't remember me when she saw me. Yeah, it was like our first time meeting. Dad said that it was just because she was young, but honestly I didn't remember her being that young when we met before. It actually seemed like Hasaki's days in Tokyo had been erased. It was always hectic in the Mamiya house when I was in Tokyo before, all because my mother was involved with that bizarre cult. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, she believed that Takuji would become the saviour. Jesus Christ. What? As a result, Hasaki was abused by Takuji and his mother. Totally agree. Yeah, normally people don't have psychopaths for mothers. Yeah, what an unusual household. Well, actually, yeah, Jesus, yeah, it must be impossible. Especially when you have, I mean, a mother who's quite literally in, well, not a mother, sorry, a wife who is in a cult, and secondly, or someone you have a lot of ties to, i.e. kids. Yeah, that's tricky. My dad was the only one searching for a peaceful solution. But to a young child like me, yeah, his peaceful solutions just seemed irritating. Though I didn't manage to solve anything either. I just lashed out. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I really don't blame him. Yeah, when Hasaki had bruises from the abuse, I would lash out at Takuji and his mother. Yeah, that's reasonable. Because she doesn't deserve it. And it's sick how Takuji is just allowed to do all of this, and he's been being quite literally treated like Jesus Christ would. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous how she can have so much care for one kid and so little for another. It's not right. It really isn't. Jesus fucking Christ. But the violence escalated until one of us received a stab wound. What? What the fuck? For the record, it was my mother that was injured. Yeah, remember what I said about Kotomi not being a psychopath? Yeah, now I'm really looking into reconsidering my statement. For the record, it was my mother that was injured, but she was also the one holding the knife. What the fuck? Dude, I get that you don't love your kid, but why the fuck are you threatening them with a knife? This is unreal. Genuinely unreal. When she pulled out the knife, I fought back and she ended up getting her. Well, good! You fucking deserve that for pulling a knife out on your kid. What the fuck are you doing? I mean, is it wrong to say... Well, of course it's not wrong to say, but it's just ironic. You're dealing with kids and yet you're the one who should know better in this situation. You're old enough to know better. You really are. Yeah, I mean, good. Because if a situation is so dangerous that you literally have a psychotic mother who is quite literally putting a knife out on you, you want to get away from that person. Yeah. Yes, this is where Minakami Yuki comes in. And thankfully, I was entrusted to my father's relatives in Sawaimura after that incident. So what I find interesting is the fact that this is called Jabberwocky II. And, I mean... Jabberwocky is... Well, the Jabberwock is the meaningless existence. And I think it's funny. It makes sense because this existence here... I mean... It's completely forgotten about. I mean, sure, it was what created everything, and it will be remembered warmly by Hasaki, but to Takuji, in a way, it's meaningless because he just can't remember any of it because of how awful whatever happened 7 years ago was. I mean, now we can piece together the situation, but yeah. Oh god, it's going to be ugly, whatever it is, because, I mean, even though we can piece together why it happened, we can't piece together the exact causes on that day. Yeah, funny that. Kids definitely learn from their parents. Kotomi was the one quite literally potentially threatening Tomosane with a knife, and then, oh, what does Takuji do 7 years ago? The fucking same here. The same thing. Yeah, so I really do wonder what Takuji's like as a person. He seems like an asshole. He really doesn't. Tomosane seems like a person who has the potential to be an asshole, but I think he also has the potential to be incredibly kind. He's just a victim of all of this. But Takuji is just an asshole. There's nothing more that I can attribute to him. God, that's insane. You seem energetic today, Tomosane-kun.
ああ、俺は元気だよ。
Yeah, I feel great.
うん。
Good. Yeah. No, he does not deserve a situation like this. I mean, I think it's just so sad that... I mean, at least he has a really, really nice father. It's just sad that... Well, her mother is mad. His mother is mad even. Yeah, he just said that and laughed as he patted my head. Oh yeah, totally. I can see that. Yeah, because yeah, he just feels so energetic and he feels so good when he is not away, when he is not at home, when he has completely escaped everything and the hell of his household. I mean this is proper hell. It really is. How do you do anything in a situation like this? It just feels like this was the only way out, just to go somewhere where you wouldn't be affected. Yeah, for some reason his face looked really sad, but I didn't understand why. Even after growing so much over the years, I was still just a little brat. Dude, you're a kid, don't blame yourself that much. Oh, Jesus, yeah. Last smile as well. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. I think that obviously implies that he is going to have a very bad health condition. And we're just going to see the worst case scenario. And Takuji, I don't know what will happen to him, but maybe he's going to have to live... Sorry, Tomosane, maybe he's going to have to live with his family again? I don't know. Oh, God. He was already pushing his mind and body to the limits. Yeah, he experienced hardships in his life that a brat like me could never understand. All for the sake of his family. Oh yeah, I can totally see why this family is complex and it must be very, very stressful. That was the last time that I ever saw my father smile. Oh, that's interesting. Now is where this is being communicated to us, the chapter name. A summer day, riding the bus to the next town. Yeah, Hasaki came to the village yesterday. So they're probably just going to have some fun together now. Apparently just for a summer, but that was plenty of time to tell her about all the fun things we can do here. Yeah, no, I think that's nice. I think it's funny when Takuji was saying, Tomosane was saying that, he just feels like he's a real brat and he can't really experience any of the hardships in life because he's not strong enough to do so. And he's just spoiled. But, I mean, yeah, I think you're going to have to mature very, very quickly. But then again, I mean, I do wonder if, because of how awful the incidents were, maybe it was just a lack of being able to mature. Because I suppose to mature is to cope with new circumstances that you could not have previously coped with, and I suppose that's an example of one. This is the first time she'd been to the village. Yeah, there were lots of things here that she could never see in Tokyo. After my morning training, I went straight to the kitchen to see if my breakfast was ready. God damn, he does morning martial art training. That's really cool. Oh yeah, they told me it would be done soon, so I went to get Hasaki out of bed. God, the Mamiya dojo, here we are. I cut through the dojo, where all the others who had just finished their morning training were all resting. As I was passing through, I heard someone say that detestable name.
なんでもサナミの子がマミヤの家にいるって話。
Oh, I heard that one of the Sanami children was living with the Mamiyas. Oh, that must be rough. Yeah, and I mean, you can tell that there is a proper amount of tension here. The fact that some people are considered Sanamis, whereas others are considered Mamiyas. I mean, I really do wonder if some of them, for example, Takuji, which one he is, and which one Tomosane is, and same with Hasaki. I mean, she's considered to be a Sanami child, but why? And why is there a difference between them? It really sounds like a beginning of a scandal.
それ友実だろ？何を今さら？
So Tomosane is a Sanami. You mean Tomosane, right? What's the big? Yeah, what is the big deal? What's it your problem?
ちげえよ。友実はサナミの子である以上にマミヤの子だろ。
I don't know what to believe, to be honest. No, not him. Tomosane is a Mamiya, not a Sanami.
ああ、友実はマミヤ流道場主の人間だ。
Ah.
まず目が違う。
Yeah, Tomosane is definitely Mamiya Ryu's blood. You can tell from his eyes.
ガキ連中では飛び抜けて強いしな。
I like
さ
that.
すがはマミヤの血筋と思うよ。
And he's way stronger than the other kids. He definitely has Mamiya blood in him. That was probably something Sanami Kotomi was probably very jealous of, the fact that Tomosane was stronger than Kyusei Shusama. Always. And maybe Tomosane was always better than Takuji.
Minakami 師範代も気に入ってるしな、友実のこと。
Minakami seems to have taken a shine to him too.
まあ、あれだけいい筋してればな。
Oh yeah, they get along well. Of course, he's a strong kid.
友実って母親を嫌ってるんだろ？サナミの母親。
Tomosane hates his mother, doesn't he? She's a Sanami.
そうなの？
Really?
だからこの村に預けられてるって聞いてるけど。
Yeah. That's why he's living here in Sawaimura. God, they know everything, they really do. There is a lot of gossip that is going around. But then again, I mean, it's a small community, and these, I suppose with some villages like these, they will have much more community spirit, and obviously as a result of that, a lot more potential for rumours to go around.
なんでも母親と人情沙汰になったらしいぞ。
Yeah, I heard there was an incident with a knife, actually.
え？友実が刃物？
Huh? Tomosane tried to stab her?
まさか。母親だよ。
Yeah, exactly. She's a
母親が
fucking
実の息
psychopath.
子に刃物を向けたんだってさ。
No, wait, it was this mother. She tried to use a knife on her own son, I heard.
実の子に？
Yeah, exactly. It's insane. Her own flesh and blood. Yeah, and I think you can understand why he's here.
さすがサナミの人間だな。
Interesting. So the Sanamis are a horrible family, I'm assuming. Dude, what? Why am I even, like, using detective mode to figure that out? This person is a psychopath. Seriously. I mean, of course, her family's going to be absolutely awful.
まあ、俺もあのサナミの女見たことあるけど、そういうようなこ
Yeah,
としそうな気性
seriously,
の荒
she
い
is
女だよ。
mentally unstable. And I mean, just look at everything that has happened after 7 years ago, that incident. But the only thing, she hasn't become catatonic. She's become catatonic when, I don't know what caused it, but she did everything to make it so that Tomosane was quite literally converted to Takuji. And I mean, how fucking horrible can you be as a person? You see, I mean, okay, I don't give a shit that you hate this person, but they're mentally unstable. They're fucking suffering from trauma. You take them out of the institution they are in. And then you try and completely change this person's own sense of self when he's dissociating, let's be honest here. And then, obviously, you try to completely rebrand that kid when he's in his most vulnerable and disconnected from reality state into your own kid that you loved. I mean, how much of a fucking monster could you be? I mean, seriously. I don't even know anything about this person, but she seems horrible. She genuinely seems unreal. Oh god, I hope it's not Hasaki. Or maybe it's just Takuji. So then, who are you talking about? Who is the Sanami child?
Tomosane 以外にサナミの子なんていないだろう。
Huh, Tomosane is the only Sanami around here, but you just said he was a mummy.
知らないのかよ。サナミの女って有名な新興宗教の教祖との間に子供作ったんだよ。
Haven't you heard? That Sanami woman had a child with the founder of some new wave religion that's been all over the news. Like, oh my god, she's even doing adultery? What the fuck? I'm gonna be honest, I kind of get the impression that the only reason that Hiro is staying with Kotomi is just the fact that he loves the kids, really. That's the only reason.
え？ヒロさんと離婚してたっけ？
Oh god. Huh? Did she and Hiro-san get divorced?
してないよ。
No, they didn't exactly. Yeah. At least it's not Hiro. I'm just happy that people know that the father is a good man and they are not wrongly accusing him. I think it's good that the mother is known for being a completely horrible person and she has no respect from anyone. And what I'm just trying to say is I think it's good that innocent people aren't being blamed for stuff like this.
おかしくない。だってそれだったらなんで新興宗教の教祖との間に
I mean, firstly, why is it any of your business? But secondly, yeah, I agree. Isn't that weird? Then why is she having children with that other guy?
ちげえよ。だからさ。
Come on, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that must be really hard for him.
ほらそこ掃除も終わらず道場で井戸端会議してるんじゃない
It's Yuki. Oh my god. Oh my god. You know somebody is fucking badass if she can quite literally boss old men around. Good for you. Good for you. This conversation here is too unpleasant for Takuji to be hearing. Dude, his name's not fucking Takuji, it's Tomosane. But yeah. So I would assume that this kid is Hasaki. Hey, you over there, you haven't even finished the cleaning. Don't just sit there and chat. Huh? There she is, my god. It's so weird seeing Minakami Yuki as an actual real person here. I turned and saw Yuki Ne standing right behind me. Yeah, interesting that he treats her as a sister.
うわ、雪ね。
Whoa, Yuki Ne.
ほらほらとっとと掃除して帰らなきゃ師範代に言いつけるよ
God, come on, I'll tell Master that you were slacking if you don't get to work.
それは勘弁。
Wait, please don't.
師範代に殴られるぞ
I like that. Watch out, otherwise Master might have to beat some sense into you. Yeah, Yuki can do it much easier with words. But if Yuki's beating, metaphorical beating with words does not work, He's going to have to physically do it.
ねえか
Yukine.
元気だなともさね
Huh? You look like you're having fun, Tomosane. I would have thought it would be the opposite, but okay.
元気に見えるのかどんな目してるんだよ
I like that. Does it look like I'm having fun? Yeah, maybe you're just as blind as a bat.
こんなん
Blind as a bat?
うわなんだ
Shit, what? Wait, what are you doing? Suddenly, everything went black. It was like the world was plunged into darkness. Or rather, like it was covered with some kind of black fabric.
何やってるんだよユキネ
Hey, what are you doing, Yukine?
ゆき姉さんのスカートの中だよ
What? Oh my, what are you doing under my skirt there, you Tomosane-kun? This person really sounds like somebody who is the child of Toshiro. Holy fuck. Dude, these people are so young. I mean, they're probably 11 or 12 at the very most, and they're doing stuff like this. I mean, is that not just a little bit concerning?
スカートの中何
そうだよどうだいお姉さんのスカートの中は心地よいかい
バカかこの野郎
Seriously? This is just a little bit messed up. Skadgy was obviously horny when writing this, confirmed.
あんま暴れるなよ
男性この羞恥心ゼロ
Yeah, seriously, that's a good question.
暴れるなシャレにならんぞともさね
Oh.
外に出せ
Seriously, yeah. Seriously, yeah, that's a good question. Ah, yes, so just the beginning of Takuji and Yuki's conversation. Sorry, Tomosane and Yuki's conversation today. Ah, yes, let's just begin. How are we going to begin the day? Why not begin with a normal, I don't know, how's your day going? No, let's just fucking sexually assault them. What the fuck is this, man? What's wrong with you? Yeah, seriously.
ともさね元気じゃん
Says you. You look excited, Tomosane.
元気とかじゃない驚いたんだお前なスカートの中に人とか入れるな
Yeah, it wasn't exciting at all. Yeah, I love that. I was scared. Don't just do that, okay?
なんだよともさねお姉さんのスカートの中興奮したのか
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, who wouldn't? It's just natural. It's very embarrassing.
するわけないだろお前少しは羞恥心っていうのだな
Totally Toshiro's kid. Seriously.
ガキ相手に羞恥心もへったくれもないでしょ。
Yeah, this has just taken a really, really messed up turn. So you're a pedo as well. To be fair, can I just mention that this person is probably maybe 2 or 3 years, well, at least 3 to 4 years older than Takuji? I mean, okay, they're very, very close friends, but still, I mean, yeah, when don't you learn to have a little shame? Just seriously. I'm not a little kid. Yes, you are. Oh god, what is she doing? What? Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, nothing, you're just so childish. God, he's trying so hard to be tough. I just find it so funny that this is just the complete opposites of the gender stereotypes that Hiro always lives by. You have the woman telling the man that he's childish and he's weak and he's inferior and he's a little kid. Oh, is that so? Then why don't you show me? Can you prove you're not a little kid? Oh god. What? Hey, stop it. Wait, can't you show me? Which part of you isn't a little kid? Dude, fucking use anything that you have just been training for. God. I wanna die. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, he's proved that he's not a kid, I suppose. Oh. Yeah, why are you doing it? That's a very good question. She's declared war. I finally got away from Yukine and took up my fighting stance. You keep calling me a kid and making fun of me, damn it. Why don't you just fight me right here, right now, Yukine? You want me to fight you? Oh god, here we go. Isn't it interesting just how easy it is to work somebody up like this? He is in the best environment just because of how violent he is. But the only reason I can understand is violence. That's right. Huh? Fight you, huh? You mean like this? Oh shit. She disappeared from my sight for a split second. I tried to prepare myself for a tackle, but... Oh my god, he totally failed. Oh, whoa, stop. Don't do that. What? Did you just fight by people pulling people's pants down? And to be fair, it is actually a reasonably good technique. I mean, it restricts a lot of leg movement, and also, people would be too embarrassed to fight. So that's equivalent to beating them up? Is that Yuki's logic? Really? She seems passionate sometimes. That's dumb, you're just making fun of me. Oh? Oh shit, he's coming back. You're underestimating me, you stupid violent woman. Violent? You're the one being violent, Tomosane. Yeah, good point. Shut up.
嫌だな。お子様は論破されるとすぐ切れるしね。
I love that. Oh jeez, kids are always like that. They just get mad if you beat them in an argument. Yep.
おお、怖い怖い。ともさね、上手くなったわね。早い早い。
Oh, Tomosane, you're so scary. I think you've gotten better. You're so fast. Woe is me. Oh,
てか、早いなともさね。
you actually are pretty fast, Tomosane.
どうだ日々研鑽の技
How about that? I've been practicing this one for months.
日々研鑽なんて難しい言葉知ってるな。
I'm surprised you even know what the word practice means. Oh, whoa. Oh shit, it looks like they're having good competition. Take that and that and that.
なんてね。
As if that would work on me. So she's acknowledging the fact that Tomosane is getting better, yet at the same time. Fucking hell, Yukine quickly twisted my arm and yanked it upwards. It was so simple for her.
早くはなったけどさ、ボクシングじゃあるまいし、そんなフックばっかり打ってたらダメだろ。
Yeah, fair. You've gotten faster. To be fair, it's a good technique for some situations, just not this one. You've gotten faster, but this isn't boxing. You can't just throw hooks, you know?
基本直づきだよ。直線が一番相手までの距離が短いんだからさ。
Yeah,
そう
fair.
か、当て身ばっかりで単調だぞ。
A straight punch is a good fundamental. Yeah. A straight line traces the shortest distance from you to your opponent after all. But it's too monotonous if you just throw punches. Yukine laughed and then let me out of her grip.
まあ、子供にしては良い腕だと褒めてあげよう。
We're pretty strong for a kid anyway. Oh god.
子供言うな
I just can't believe that Yuki is probably the same age that she was when, when we've seen her in, for example, it's Mountain Measure, sorry, first chapter, Down the Rabbit Hole. Yeah, I do find that interesting, but, I just really wonder how she died and her martial arts didn't save her, because she seems very talented. Don't come with a kid.
何言ってるのよ。友実が子供じゃなかったら、私はどうなるのよ。
What are you talking about? If you're not a kid, then what am I?
おばさん
An old hag.
なんだよ。友実は年まずきか？
I just can't believe that this person is so old. I mean, this person is probably my age, like near 18. And yet she's kind of making these jokes to a kid who's probably around, I don't know, maybe 12 or 13. It's just a bit weird. And very societally unacceptable, let's be honest here.
なんでそうなるんだよ
Why would I be?
だって友実私のこと大好きじゃん。
Because you're in love with me, right?
違う
No way.
何赤くなってるんだよ、友実は。
Holy shit, these people are so naughty. I love it. They're just totally on the line of what they can get away with.
また俺のことからかったのか
Yes! Are you teasing me again?
別にからかったわけじゃないよ。でも友実、私のこと大好きだろう。
I'm not teasing you. You fell in love with me a long time
ま
ago.
だあるか
That's ridiculous.
そうなの？
Is it really?
お前は敵だ敵なんか好きになるか
You're my enemy. Why would I love my enemy?
敵だと好きにならないのか、友実は。
You can't fall in love with an enemy?
当たり前だ
Of course not.
そんな考え方じゃ武道は強くならないな。武術の技ってなんだか知ってるか？
You will never get stronger with that mindset. Do you know what the strongest technique in martial arts is?
究極の技
The strongest technique?
それは自分を殺しに来た相手とメル友になること。
It's becoming good friends of someone who tried to kill you.
なんだその舐めた答えそんな
To
わけ
be
あ
fair,
るか
you can learn stuff from them. And then you can practice it yourself and become better. That's a dumb answer. There's no way that's true.
甘いな。この言葉は現代に生きる達人と言われた武術家の言葉だぞ。
You're so naive. One of the greatest martial artists of our time said those words.
誰だ？
Who?
現代に生きる達人。水上由紀。
I love that. The greatest martial artist of our time, Minagami Yuki.
雪姉より師範代の方が強いじゃねえかよ。
Don't say anything. But Master is stronger than you, Yukine.
まあそんなことはどうでもいいんだよ。
Yeah, but who cares about that?
後ろの子とメル友になりたいぞ。
I want to be friends with that girl behind. Oh,
後ろの子？
there's a girl behind me. I turned around and saw
はさき、
Hasaki.
いつからここに？
Hasaki, how long have you been here?
あの
Oh my god, yeah, she's really got a lack of confidence, but that's their mission, to make her feel like she belongs somewhere.
メル友になろうよ。
Oh yeah, Yuki's gonna do a good job. Let's be friends.
それって葉崎の敵ってことなんでしょうか？
Does that mean you're my enemy too?
なんで？
Huh? Why?
今、雪姉が敵とメル友になるのは究極の武道だとか言ってただろう
I
が。
like that. You just said that the greatest technique in martial arts is becoming friends of your enemies.
ああ、違う。敵はこいつだ。
That's not what I meant. Not at all. The enemy is this guy over here. Then Yuki pointed at me. What a jerk.
やっぱり兄さんは
Oh god.
葉崎の敵なの？
So Nisan really is my enemy.
そうだ。こいつを倒そう。
That's right, let's defeat him together.
ってさっきと言ってることが全然違うし、雪姉は敵とメル友になるとかなんか非暴力的なこと言ってたんじゃないのかよ。
Yeah, fair enough. Now you're just contradicting yourself. You were saying you wanted to become friends with your enemies and you were against violence.
そう武術とはこれ友愛なり。
She's just changing. Yeah, seriously, she's just changing narration and well, no, her ideals every single time.
それよりさ、葉崎ちゃんは友実の妹さんなの？
なんであなたは葉崎の名前を？
名乗ったよ今。
そうでしたか？
いや、そんな不安そうな顔で俺に振られても困るが。
友実の妹かわいいな。お前にはもったいないな。
うるせえ。
よろしく葉崎ちゃん。私は水上由紀。この道場の師範代やってるおっさんの娘。
ゆきさん？
そう、ゆき姉とか呼んでよ。
ゆきさん。
あはは、いきなりゆき姉は敷居高いか。東京から来たの？
はい、東京から。
そっかそっか、夏休みだしね。ここは良いところだよ。
She really is sweet how she's just it's just a visual representation of just how she's progressively getting more and more close and more comfortable with Yuki.
空気うまいしね。
Yeah.
いいところだよって言って最初に出てくるのそれかよ。
他どこ褒めればいいんだよこの村。
Oh god, I feel bad about Hasaki. She was just totally scared by the shouting.
知るか。
あと 星が綺麗だとか。
それも空気が綺麗とほぼ同義語だろ。
それだけ光が少ない。
それだけ田舎だってことだろ。
なんだよ、どうやってこの村を褒めればいいんだよ。
いや、そんなこと尋ねられても。
まあいいや。とりあえずなかなか良い村だよ、この村はさ。はい。そういえばそろそろご飯の時間でしょ。
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
あ、そういえば
ご飯食べた後とかどうするの？
別に何も予定なんてないけど。
海行こうぜ。
Oh god.
なんでだよ。
I see fan service potential, especially with Yuki.
だって東京って海ないでしょ。
Fair.
いや、ないわけじゃないけど、泳げるような場所じゃないし。
サワイの海はいいぜ。まるでカリブの海みたいだってみんな言ってるしな。
Jesus. Wow.
本当ですか？
うん、言ってる言ってる。
言ってねえだろ。
なんだよ、友さねいきなり全否定かよ。ならサワイの海のどこがカリブの海と違うって言うんだよ。
その前にこの村にカリブなんて行ったことあるやついないだろ
How do you know that?
そんなのわかんないじゃん。私とかうっかりカリブの海とか行ったことあるかもしれないじゃん。
あるのかよ。
ないけど。
ないのかよ。
でもサワイの海は行ったことあるぜ。
そりゃ生まれも育ちもサワイなんだからな、ゆきねえは。
まあいいや、友さね行こうぜ。
これ
そうだよ、あと葉崎ちゃん。
はさき、
Oh.
水着が。
水着とか持ってこなかったのか。
海あるとか
Oh,
知
yeah,
らな
yeah,
かっ
that's
たか
fair.
ら。
知らなかったのかよ。
That is really surprising. Oh my god, that's one of the most important details, and yet you forgot to say. A lot must have been on his mind. Holy shit.
そういえば結構荷物少なかったな、葉崎。
なんかいきなりこっちに来ることが決まったから。
いきなり。
なんかすごく急ぎ
I
で。
don't like this. Yeah, totally.
お父さん休養できたからって
Yeah.
言われた。
Yeah, and so he probably just wants all of the sources of violence and stress in the house to cease. So that's why Hasaki's here. Because obviously whatever medical related thing is happening with him is big for him. It really is. Yeah.
そうか。
Yeah.
なら今日は予定を変更しまして、隣の島で
Yeah, seriously, they're gonna have to.
なんだよそれ、勝手に決めるな。
葉崎ちゃんよ。
水着欲しいけど。
はははは金なら心配しなさんなって。
Oh my
そ
god,
れぐ
you're
らいお
fucking
姉さんが出して
evil.
やっからさ。
Oh wait, I thought that said. Oh wait, I misread that. Oh okay, yeah. Never mind. That's really nice.
本当に？
ああ、任せなさい。
でも
知らない人に物買ってもらったらダメとか？
Yeah, fair enough.
いや、ユキさんがお父さんと知り合いなのは知ってる。マミヤの家にはユキさんっていうお姉さんがいるから。
Yeah, that's
その
nice.
人
He
の言
knows
う
what
こ
a
と
good
を
kid
よく
Yuki
聞
is.
くんだよって言われてるから。
なら問題ないじゃん。
でも兄さんが友兄さんが行くの嫌だったら。
なんだよ、お前か原因は。
なんでだよ。俺は嫌とか言ってねえだろ。
なんか嫌そうなのかな。
Oh god.
嫌なのかよ、トモサネ。
なんで俺が嫌がるんだよ。
ならいいの？
はあ、というか
Yeah, that is a
なん
good
でいちい
point.
ち俺の許可が必要なんだよ。
お父さんが友兄さんの言うこともよく聞けって。
父さんが？
Hmm. That is interesting.
さすがだな、ヒロウさんは。
I think maybe he does sense a bit of responsibility in Takuji.
なんだよそれ。
わからないの、トモサネ。
だからどういう意味だよ。
だからさ、あんたみたいな子はそういう言い方が一番効くってことよ。
聞く？
そういうこと。あんたみたいなのは兄さんの言うことをちゃんと聞けとか言われたら
Oh,
ちゃんと
that's
しなきゃいけないって思うでしょ。
interesting. I suppose.
まあ確かにこの村じゃあんたは葉崎ちゃんの保護者なんだ
Oh
から。
my god, seriously, yeah.
いつまでもガキみたいなこと言ってるんじゃないよ。
Yeah, reasonable.
んじゃね。後でまた
Jesus
言うからね。
Christ!
ユキさん。
ああ、あれが雪姉だ。すんげえ凶暴だから気をつけろ
Oh
よ。
god, he's gotta listen to what Takuji says as well.
良い人。
She is, yeah.
ってお前人の話聞け。
Oh god.
やっぱり友兄さんは怖い人。
Tomosane, there we go.
なんでそうなるんだ。
Oh my god, that's gonna be really fun. Oh, page 7 now. That's gonna be really fun seeing their trip to the city. I enjoyed that, and I thought that was a really valuable piece of beginning context that we were going to see. And my god, it just feels so sick that everything here is so happy. And I mean, I'm sorry, but these people, they are some of the most fun people. Yuki is so fun. I really enjoyed just how charismatic and hilarious she was. That was really cool. yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing more of how everything obviously escalates and what happens. Unfortunately, I think it's very likely that the dad is going to, well, Hiro is going to die as a result of some sort of medical condition. So I'm excited to see just what happens and how everything pans out after the decline happens. Yeah, and I'm also really interested just in general in learning everything about what's going to happen with these guys. Yeah, it was really cool to see Takuji's family circumstances and just get more perspectives and more information on mysteries, i.e. the Saviour and Kotomi and Takuji's family circumstances. It's just nice to see more of it build up. We'll see the brilliance before the tragedy. Yeah, so it's gonna be really when I said Takuji I meant Tomosane. Jesus Christ, I hope I get used to that tomorrow. But anyway, yeah, it was really fun today, so I'm looking forward to tomorrow. See you guys then.